The markings on the camshaft show that the engine is at top dead center. Engine is at its compression stroke, so both intake and exhaust valves are closed. We are in the up position, so we could either be in the compression or the exhaust stage. So right now we're gonna put some air to find out where we at. It's set at 0, but we hear some air escaping, but we're at 100 psi. We have some air coming out from the exhaust, so we're gonna just adjust the timing. I think we should be good. Still at 0. We're at the set 0. Alright guys, so we should be in the compression stroke. I'm gonna put this to 0. Set at 0. We are in close. Wait. I think that's good. Set at 0. Push it in. So we have a 60% lost. We see, hey. So that means if we rotate the crankshaft 180 degrees, we should get this one in the compression. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2, I believe. So let's get it. I'm gonna rotate the crankshaft 180 degrees, which here would rotate only 45. It is turned, and we have this. But should air be coming out? Not sure if air's supposed to be coming out. So if you're unsure, so I haven't cranked it yet. Now it's cranked and it's coming up to AC. So I mean that's the next one to get compressed because it's getting air in. So now we're gonna rotate it another 180 degrees down here. So essentially this will be here, and then this would be, I guess, down here. So this is the last. This is the second. So we did 1, then 3, 4, then 2, and then we should start right up again. So now that it's there, we have to set this at 0 again. At 0. Now we're gonna add it to the 4th one. And we have this. Now you could hear a lot of air coming out straight. So we hear straight from the exhaust valve, so that means the exhaust valve. Exhaust valve is the one that's openable, and we feel air from here. You guys hear that? But we have a moderate. So now we have to rotate the engine again, and then we're gonna put this to the second one, and then we should have another one to complete. Now to make sure this is the next one, if I add air right now, it should be coming out of the intake. So just to verify, we have a little bit of air here though, but we have enough air to 4. Straight from the intake. So now we're just gonna rotate it. So guys, so you guys can see me, I'm gonna rotate it 100 degrees, 180 degrees down here. And the crankshaft, and then here it should rotate about 90 degrees. Huh, that means it should be here. test it. So we have more air. Now we're gonna plug it in at 0. We have about a 60% loss, which I believe is not true. So the air is mostly from here. It's going out from the first intake. That means this valve is open. So make sure that we are in the right. We haven't changed it. This cylinder should be the next one to have air. So it should be coming from the intake. So we're gonna add some air. And right from the intake, like expected. So now you just need to rotate the crank again 180 degrees, and this would rotate 90 degrees. Now we should be in the compression side. Set 0. Moderate. Air's coming out from this side. Alright guys, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. And this was a simple leak down test that anyone can try it at home. You know, it's gonna be a little rough. The only hardest part is finding TDC. A finger over the put a finger over the cylinder, and then you should feel air. In order to do this leak down test, you need to understand the basic 4 stages of a stroke engine. So it's intake, compression, fire, and exhaust. For every 180 degrees, the crankshaft is rotated, another cylinder fires. So for every 180 degrees is 90 degrees in the camshaft. Rotate the crankshaft twice, it'll be a full rotation of the camshaft. So it's a little complicated. You need to understand the fundamental basics of how to get that, and it should be pretty straightforward. It's a pretty straightforward test. There are 4 results of a leak down test. Either is the intake valve is stuck open, and when you're in the compression stroke, air is coming out, the air is escaping through the intake. That means your intake valve is open. If air is escaping through the exhaust valve when you're in compression, that means your exhaust valve is open. If you see bubbles in your coolant, that means it's a head gasket. And the fourth one is if you hear air through the oil dipstick, that means it's a piston wall. It's a piston problem or a piston ring. A leak down test is performed after you do a compression test. A compression test is just the general health of a cylinder. It just tells you if it has good compression or low compression. A leak down test will determine why it has low compression. A leak down test tests your cylinders by adding air and compression and figuring out where it's escaping. To perform a leak down test, it's very simple. All you need is a leak down test kit, which is a hose and the 2 gauges, and you need a compressor. The compressor adds air to the cylinder, and the gauges tell you how much PSI is going in and how much is escaping.